Good evening, my dear friends. Good evening from New York City, or good afternoon from New York City. Good evening for my friends in Nigeria and UK. Good afternoon for my friends in Canada. Okay, let me try and put my topic on Instagram. Okay, just give me minutes. Okay, let me put my topic on Instagram. The state of the nation. State of the nation. Okay, the state of the nation. Right, I got it now. So let me try and pull it down. Thank you, Vivian the Great, for joining. Thank you, Vivian the Great, for joining. Great. The topic is now pinned on Instagram. And I guess my friends on Facebook can see me. So for those of you who want to know what we're talking about, let me just put the topic on Facebook, the states of the nation. Okay, all right. So let me try and pin it down. All right. So yeah, we're good to go. Right. So today's topic is very interesting, and this is not a good time to be a Nigerian because I'm really pained. First of all, I have to say a word of plea to my friends across the globe who are not Nigerians. I know a lot of you have been thinking of my usual webinar on marriage, but I decided to speak about Nigeria today because I am really troubled. We have a saying that your house cannot be on fire and then you start chasing rats or rodents. It makes no sense. So I believe charity begins at home. And that is why I found it imperative today to speak about the state of the nation. Thank you, Dr. J, for joining. Thank you, Kamsi Okoma, for joining. Thank you, Foreign Minister, for joining. All right, so I'm really pained with what is happening in Nigeria. And let me say this before I actually begin. Most of my friends don't know I am highly political. Not highly political, but I have interest in politics. Very strong interest in politics, especially in Nigeria. And for a while, I tend to stop talking about politics because I want to pursue my passion, I want to empower people, and I want to raise leaders. But because of what is going on right now in Nigeria, I find the onus to speak on it. And that is why I have to title this topic, The State of the Nation. Because I am not really impressed with what is happening in Nigeria. I am not really impressed. Right now in Nigeria, everything is going topsy-turvy. If you agree with me, the rate of insecurity in Nigeria at an alarming rate. There's poverty in the country. There is unemployment in the country. There is mass hunger in the country. The rate of stealing in the country is at alarming rates. The youth are unemployed. There's high mortality rates in the country. So there's a lot of things, a lot of ills going on in the country, and it is not a good time to be a Nigerian. And that is why I said today I will talk about the state of the nation. And by next week, I'm going to begin again with winning a marriage. And next week, we'll talk about money in marriage. Thank you, really, for joining. I really appreciate you, my brother. All right, so the topic today is the state of the nation. You know, if you're a Nigerian and I'm in Nigeria, that's why today I have my outfit on. You know, I have my flag at the back of my in my if you look back, you will see the flag of Nigeria. That tells you that I am highly passionate about this cause today. And please just bear with me, but I'm gonna be as honest as possible and as practical as possible. Okay. So if you agree with me that whenever two or three people are gathered in Nigeria, especially when they're having a heated conversation, one thing that comes across the mind is what are they talking about? Before you can make two or three guesses, trust me, you will see that they're talking about politics in Nigeria. And then you begin to ask yourself what is actually going on in Nigeria. Is corruption in our DNA? Who can rescue Nigeria from this collapse? Should Nigeria be divided to your tent, O Israel? You know, you begin to wonder what is the way forward to Nigeria. One thing has always scared me in Nigeria is at the time you will see people talking about when I get into power, this is what I'm going to do. But you'll be surprised to know that when they get into power, they start acting like morons. They start acting like people who have no common sense. They start acting like people who did not suck their mother's breast. You begin to wonder the utterances from people. You begin to wonder how a leader will stay without paying salaries to the people. It is crazy. It is unheard of. If you look at Nigeria, compare Nigeria with Singapore and even Dubai, these countries started at the same rate. But today, look at Singapore. Look at Singapore. Look at Dubai. In fact, there's a saying that look at Dubai and die. You begin to wonder, how did we get this low? What is happening? So these are the things that has been bothering me. And I said today, I'm going to talk about the state of the nation. How can we redeem Nigeria? What is the way forward? What are we going to do to make sure that Nigeria comes back to its normal place? How can we rise up? What are the youth supposed to do? What are the leaders expected to do? This will be the main issue today we're going to be discussing today. And I appreciate your listening ears, and I promise me in the next 30 minutes we shall be done with this webinar. Okay? So a lot of people have said that there's no hope in Nigeria. I find it hard to believe because I'm very, very optimistic that there's hope in Nigeria. But then you begin to wonder, where's the hope of Nigeria? Where lies the hope of Nigeria? Is it with the leaders or with the youths? Where lies the hope? Let me share these things with you guys. You know, when I was in Nigeria, probably about some years ago, maybe, I don't know, maybe 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when I was looking for admission to college, probably that was in 2001, thereabouts. I can remember, yes, I was still fresh from high school or secondary school, as the case may be, and I was trying to get admission into Nigeria, into one of the top colleges in Nigeria. And I met a young man and we were discussing. And guess what he said to me? He says, our current leaders don't know how to loot. Let them wait. When we are done with college, we will show them how to loot. And I can show you that this young man saying it was less than 20 years of age. You begin to wonder, if a young man less than 20 years of age, as of 2001, can utter that kind of statement, what hope lies for Nigeria? It is crazy. How can a young man say that, let them wait? When we are done with our schooling, we will teach them how to loot. That tells you that there's no hope. There's little or no hope in the country. Nigeria is a country of at least 200 million. We are tagged, quote unquote, the giant of Africa. But in real terms, are we the giant of Africa? I have engaged a lot of youth in Nigeria, and one thing they have always told me is that Nigeria can frustrate you, and that is true. In fact, there's a saying that Nigeria can even frustrate someone like the Pope to believe that God is not in existence. Because once you want to bring in any product or any innovation into the system, you will see people that want to bring you down. And this thing is happening not only to the private citizens, but even to the corporate officials. Even within the government, there's infighting. And I begin to wonder, what is the way forward? But one thing that has always occurred to me is that one problem that we have in Nigeria is that of greed and selfishness. Corruption is another great problem. How can these issues be solved? Ethnicity is another great problem. How can these issues be solved? Infrastructure facility is a great problem. How can this issue be solved? Insecurity, oh my good Lord, is a great problem in Nigeria. Right now, the rate of killing in southern Kaduna is at an alarming rate. And you begin to wonder, do we have leaders in Nigeria? Do we have leaders in Nigeria? Do we have elder statesmen who can speak truth to power in Nigeria? What is really happening? We need a leader that will be decentralized, a leader that will have the people at heart. It is crazy right now in Nigeria. There is no job in Nigeria. In fact, I was watching my Instagram post a couple of days ago, and there was this cartoon that says that in the past, the white men will come to Nigeria to carry Nigerians as slaves to the Western world so that can work for them. Right now, Nigerians are not waiting for the white men to come and carry them. They have willingly made themselves available for the white man to carry them. And you begin to wonder, is this new colonialism coming in place or what? Because as we can see that right now in the country, there is literally no hope in the country. There's literally no hope in the country. People will lament and they will just grumble. Oh no, I want to be a governor, I want to be a chairman, I want to be a president. And when they have the opportunity to get into office, you will be surprised to see that they keep acting like people who have no sense of understanding. And that is one of the great problems we have in Nigeria. And you begin to wonder, is there anything that is at that office that makes them to lose their sense? That is a question I would like to really address today. I'm going to end this discussion today with a quote I learned from one of my mentors, Dele Mamodu, and I'm going to say it towards the end. We see how all this is going to add up. And also, we will talk about the qualities of a good leader, the kind of leader that we need in Nigeria, and who are we to make it happen. But I strongly believe that the youth in Nigeria are the ones that can bring a change in the country. But it's funny to know that even the youths are not ready to change. We saw what happened during the last election in Nigeria, where we have people like Fela Toye coming up to contest for election, people like Sowore coming out, people like Banky Willington or Banky W coming out to contest for election, and then the youths who are supposed to support these young guys, they don't support them. They all believe in their own stomach. They call it stomach infrastructure. And then begin to wonder, how will you take money from these so-called politicians and then you expect them to come back and build roads, build schools, build hospitals, give you electricity? It is practically impossible because you have sold your birthright. How about you support these youths who have the passion, who have this dream, who have the vision to bring a change to the country? That is something we're going to be discussing today. And I appreciate any of you who have any question, please feel free to write, okay? And then I might invite somebody to come in if time allows us. Otherwise, we'll have this conversation some other time because I'm going to be bringing a seminar which we'll be doing very soon. It's going to be called The State of the Nation. And in this seminar, we'll be discussing about the issues that we can make Nigeria to grow forward. Not only Nigeria, but Africa in the larger extent. Okay, so I would like to discuss some of the things that I think that we need in a leader. I have spoken about the insecurity in Nigeria. I have spoken about the lack of education in Nigeria. I have spoken about lack of no job in Nigeria. I have spoken about the ills in the system. But I am a strong believer of faith. I don't like to apportion blame. I like to fix the problem. Okay, amidst all these whole problems Nigeria is facing, we need a leader that can change. And that leader must have some qualities, some characteristics. And this is what we shall be discussing today. All right? Let's take a case back of what happened during the last presidential election, where President Muhammad Buhari won the election. President Buhari was seen as technically the last man standing. That's the last saint. Because when he was in power between 1983, if I'm not mistaken, to 85, okay, he was tagged as a president who was not corrupt. So Nigerians felt that President President Jonathan, the then president, has messed up the country. That was the quote unquote of what was going on, that there's too much corruption in the country. So we need somebody that is not corrupt. We need somebody that can unite the country. We need somebody that can bring in a change into the country. And that was why President Muhammad Buhari came into power. But then you begin to wonder, you begin to ask, since he came to power, the promises he gave to Nigerians, has he been able to fulfill it? Let's take a case study of Boko Haram. Boko Haram has increased to an abysmal level. The rate of insecurity in Nigeria has deteriorated, and you begin to wonder if we have a president in Aso Rock. And I'm shocked to see that the president has not done anything. This was a man that was a general in the Nigerian army. The feeling out there was that President Muhammad Buhari will be able to address the insecurity nature. But has he done it? Hell no. He promised to create jobs in Nigeria. Has he done it? Hell no. He promised to unite Nigeria. Has he done it? Hell no. Now, what we know about Buhari, our current president, is that this man has interest in a particular tribe, call them the Fulani tribe in Nigeria. We need a leader that is decentralized. We need a leader that is not affiliated with any religious bigotry. Above all, the single thing we need in Nigeria right now is a leader that will unite the country. Trust me, if any leader can come up in Nigeria and unite Nigeria, the rate of insecurity, all this problem we have been having in Nigeria will be reduced. Nigeria is blessed with rich human and natural resources. We have high population in Nigeria. This population should be our assets. It shouldn't be a liability to us, because population helps to bring in resources, helps to bring in development, helps to bring in transformation. But it's quite unfortunate that our leaders have failed to tap into these resources that we have in Nigeria. Nigeria today is blessed with many human and natural resources. We shouldn't be exporting goods out of the country. No, we shouldn't be importing goods into Nigeria. Rather, we should be exporting goods out of Nigeria. It's quite unfortunate to know that we have refineries in Nigeria, but these refineries are not working. What we need in Nigeria is a leader that will be selfless. I strongly believe that it starts from the top and not the bottom. That is what I strongly believe. But it's quite unfortunate that in Nigeria also today, most of our leaders are concerned about themselves, their pockets, what is in there for me. That is a very selfish attitude. That shouldn't be the case in Nigeria. This problem is not only limited to the presidency, both to the governors, to the guys in House of Rep, the senators, the chairman of local government, and every person in every parastatals in Nigeria. We all know what happens in NNDC, Niger Delta Development Commission. The level of corruption in that industry or in that ministry or in that parastatal is at an alarming rate. You can imagine the millions and the billions of naira that was siphoned from that. This is a money that was meant to salvage the country, especially during this COVID-19 period. The money that was meant to take care of Nigerians was useless by so-called civil servants. And then these same civil servants will now attribute the problem to the leaders. It's quite unfortunate. Which hope lies Nigeria? So what is the way forward? What kind of leaders do we need in Nigeria? We need a leader that is naturally brilliant. We need a leader that is confident. We need a leader that can unite the people at heart. We need a leader that is selfless. Once we have a selfless leader, I strongly believe that this Nigeria will place Nigeria first above personal needs. There's something I love about America. One of the former president of America says, think of what you can do for America and not what America can do for you. If you have this philosophy as an American, trust me, you have the heart to serve the people. And that is why you see that Americans can die for their country. But can Nigerians die for Nigeria? The answer is no. It's hard to believe. If one American should lose his life in a war, you will see how these leaders celebrate their heroes, and that gives them the courage to go more and die for their country. But can Nigerians do this? No. Even our army men who are fighting this Boko Haram, the news is that they are not properly equipped. We've seen army officials who have been complaining that they have no equipment. What happens? Either they are sacked or they are attacked. And then the morale is no longer there. That's crazy. So we need a leader that is not only brilliant, but we need a leader that has the heart of the people at heart. We need a leader that will follow the law. We need a leader that will uphold separation of power. In law, we have a saying that justice should not only be seen or heard, but it should be manifestly seen to be done. We have the federal system of government, we have the parliamentary system of government. But it's quite unfortunate that Nigeria is practicing capitalism with a capital. In America, they have what is called the presidential system of government or the capitalist system of government. What that really means is that the government of the day is being structured by the capitalists. That is people who have money. Like you see during in America, the capitalist people have money. They create jobs. They create jobs, and then the government provides enabling opportunities for people to develop their business. But in Nigeria, you'll be surprised to know that we have we have 36 states in Nigeria, and at the same time, we are giving them so much money to fund their state. That shouldn't be the case. Every state in Nigeria should be able to generate money. We call it the internal revenue generation body in Nigeria. So every state in Nigeria should have a capacity to generate money from their states. If the federal government should stop giving money to these states, trust me, most of these state governors will be forced, they will be forced to go back and see what can we generate. You have resources in your states, but because they always have allocation from the federal government every month, most of them rely on these federal allocations to siphon money for themselves and for unborn generation. I find it hard to believe that allocation or contract will be given to somebody. Okay, this same individual will not only siphon this money, but then will now allocate this money to unborn generation. That makes no sense. If you have been given allocation to award contracts, or you have been awarded contracts, how about you think of people who are suffering? Make these roads for these people so that they can transport their goods to the markets. Give them electricity. Employ the youth. We have swimming population in Nigeria. Create vocational schools for Nigeria. Create entrepreneurship hub for Nigerians, for Nigerian youths to develop themselves. We have youth in Nigeria. We have populations in Nigeria that are looking for opportunities to thrive. But because the government of the day is not supporting them, most of these youths have gone into robbery. Most of these youths have gone into scam. Most of these youths have turned themselves to helpless citizens, and that is why these politicians are now using them as dogs to perpetrate injustice in the community. This shouldn't be the case. I strongly believe that if we can apply a principle that I've heard over time, this principle will go a longer way to make sure that we have good leaders. And what is that principle? If we can make Nigerians, if we can make our politicians to see vying for elections as a part-time job, that would be a good idea. Guess what? Because before you can contest for election in Nigeria, you must have been able to manage people and resources. If you have a leader that has been able to manage people and resources, when he or she gets into power, he or she will have an understanding of what it takes. Let me give you an example. A man that has not managed 10 million naira or 100 million naira, and you give him 5 billion naira to manage, what do you expect? He's going to go crazy because he has not seen that kind of money before. So it's always good for you to have been able to manage people and resources, either in a private capacity or in a personal capacity. Okay? Furthermore, before you get into power, it is always good that they check your track record. Just like what happens in India or even in Brazil. They see, do you have that track record of leadership? What is your track record? But it's what unfortunately in Nigeria, we have no record. I can't imagine us having some of the best doctors in the world, but our leaders travel out of Nigeria to advanced countries for medical treatments. I strongly believe that we should have a leader that will stop Nigerian leaders from traveling out of Nigeria to foreign countries for medical treatment. It's a shame that we have some of the best doctors in the world, but it's quite unfortunate that our leaders did travel out of Nigeria to foreign countries for medical treatment. That shouldn't be the case. Nothing stops Nigerian presidents or Nigerian leaders from establishing world-class hospitals in Nigeria, in the 6 regions of Nigeria: Southwest, South-South, Southeast, North Central, Northeast. Or just name it. Nothing stops them. They have to establish or create these health facilities. We have the money. We have what it takes. In US right now, where I'm currently residing, I have seen firsthand some of the best doctors in the US are Nigerians and Ghanaians. Why can't they go back home? They can't go back home Nigeria because Nigeria is not yet ready. Nigeria is not yet ready. Let me shock you guys. Do you know when I was a public relations officer for the Nigerian Lawyers Association here in New York City? I was a young man in college. I was in law school at that point in time, and I was tasked with the responsibility of attracting many Nigerian youths to join the association. But guess what? I spoke to many law school students then, and even those that went to law school, those of them are already attorneys. I said, come and join Nigerian Lawyers Association. They were asking me, what will I gain? I said, come and contribute to a quota to nation building. You'll be shocked to know that most of these young attorneys told me they have no interest in Nigeria. It's crazy. Oh my God, I was disturbed. They said they have no interest in Nigeria. Some of these guys came from Nigeria. They're already immigrants down to the US. And some of these guys were born in the US, but they've heard and they've seen what is going on in the country. They said they have no interest because they're not serious. How can you have a nation of Nigeria and then I got independence since 1960? We don't have electricity in Nigeria. We don't have good water system in Nigeria. We don't have good health system in Nigeria. We don't have good education system in Nigeria. We don't have good motorable roads in Nigeria. And you expect people who were born here to go back home to develop? It's impossible. It's hard to believe because here in the US, there's lights. There's good education system. There's good road system. They have infrastructure facilities. So it is hard for someone to live an advanced society to a remote area where there's little or no development. So we need a leader that believes in education because I strongly believe that education is a gateway to unleashing the potentials of the youth. Any leader that has not tapped into the value of education is not yet ready to lead. So we need leaders that have the passion for education in Nigeria. With education, doors will be opened. Today, I'm in US. I've been doing well. Why? Because of education. When I came to the US, I was able to study in New York Law School. I had no money, but the government gave me loan, and today I'm adding value to the government. So if you want to go to school, the government of the day will support you. But can that be said of Nigeria? Hell no! It's impossible. So we need leaders that can invest in education in Nigeria. We have the money, we have the resources. We need leaders that will build in the youth of Nigeria. Do we have the money? We have the money. We have what it takes. But are they doing it? Hell no, they're not doing it. So that is why we are clamoring for good leaders. But it's quite unfortunate that we have leaders that are only concerned about themselves. They're only concerned about what is in for them and not what's in for the people. One of my mentors, Fela Toye, he said to me, Henry, let me tell you why I love mentorship. What people fail to feel in mentorship is, if I should mentor you today, I believe tomorrow you will mentor my children. The cycle continues. So I have a question for these looters in Nigeria. If you should loot Nigeria, do you think that your children will survive it? No condition is permanent. You can fool some people sometime, but you can never fool other people all the time. You can never fool other people at the same time. No matter how you think you've looted the country's resources, it doesn't matter what you think you're accumulating. You will not live forever. We've seen cases in Nigeria whereby our leaders loot money and then put it down into the underground, and then this money got spoiled. This is the money that would have been used to help the citizens, but this money was looted for personal use. It makes no sense. So this is why it pained me in my heart, because I know we have what it takes to salvage the country. But because of our reliance on oil, we think we have oil, then we have what it takes. But what unfortunate that oil is going down. That is why our state governors have to go back to the drawing board to see how can they tap into the resources of Nigeria, to see how they can improve the system. So it's a burning thing in my mind that we need a level of transformation in the country. We have the population, we have what it takes to develop Nigeria, but quite unfortunate, our leaders are not doing what it takes to really rule, to really make the country move forward. And I'm going to wrap this thing with there's a quote that I had from one of my mentors, Dele Mamodu, and I was reading one of his articles one time, and he said that just permit me to read this quote to Nigerians. Okay, it's a global quote that I think that we all have to adopt. Let me just try and read up the quote. It says the foundation of democracy is freedom. Question: do we really have freedom? Hell no. Do we have freedom of thought? Hell no. Do we have freedom of association and freedom of choice? Hell no. Do we have freedom of religion? Hell no. Because the Fulani people in Nigeria have believed that power belongs to them, and as such, whatever they say, they think it shall come to pass. But that shouldn't be the case. Democracy itself is freedom. Can Nigeria say we are enjoying freedom? Hell no, we don't enjoy freedom in Nigeria. The foundation of freedom is tolerance. Can this government say that we are tolerating Nigerians? Hell no, because we have many ethnic tribes in Nigeria. But one tribe feels it is superior than the other. That shouldn't be the case. The foundation of tolerance is compassion. Has this government in Nigeria shown compassion to the sufferings of the people in Nigeria? The answer is hell no, because right now we are experiencing COVID-19, and many people are dying. We saw billions of naira that was allocated to Nigerians, but the government of the day did little or nothing to help Nigerians. Okay, the government of the day has no compassion to the sufferings of the people. Okay, so then finally, what do we have to do to make sure that Nigeria come back to its proper place? What do we have to do? This answer falls back on the youths. The youths are the future of Nigeria. If my fellow youths can believe in themselves that they have what it takes, trust me, Nigeria will have a new hope in Nigeria. As of 2014, when we had the Bring Back Our Girls, I was one of the people that led that to Bring Back Our Girls. I wrote a blog, okay, Bring Back Our Girls, okay, Bring Back Our Girls. And when I saw the high rate of that blog went viral. You can Google it. You can Google Bring Back Our Girls by Henry Castle. You will see that blog. Then the following week, I had another blog again, Bring Back Our Girls. Okay, the hope for Nigerian youths. That is the part 2 of that blog. That blog also went viral in Nigeria. So the title of that blog came out for the future of Nigeria. Okay, I was talking about the youth of Nigeria, how they can really make a change in Nigeria, how they can make a change. I meant to understand that they have the power to change the course of things in Nigeria. The stealing in Nigeria has to reduce. If the youth can stop collecting money from politicians and believe that they are selling their birthrights, then they will have a sense of belonging. If the Nigerian leaders can just be selfless by creating jobs for the youths, then we can have a youthful leadership in the country. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up all I've been saying. Okay, let me wrap up some of my points. I said Nigerians must diversify our economy. We should stop relying on oil. We should go into our natural resources. We should stop giving money to the politicians. Okay, by that, what I mean is that we spend so much money on recurrent expenditure. We shouldn't be spending much of our money paying salaries in Nigeria. We shouldn't be paying much money to our senators, House of Rep, and giving allocations to the governors. We shouldn't be doing that because each state in Nigeria has the capacity to develop their states. Each state in Nigeria has the capacity to generate economy, to make the economy move forward because they have what it takes. So Nigerian youth, it's up to you to decide where is your future going forward. We should stop spending money on the presidential system of government. Okay, we should make the job of an official, either those in Senate or those in House of Rep, a part-time job, a part-time position. Because when that job is a part-time position, our leaders will know that they are coming there to serve. But when they have that passion, oh, okay, this is Nigeria for me, this is my turn to allocate money to my people, what happens? You will see them siphoning money. That should not be the case. So, my good friends, I've been able to point some of these issues that I think, that should be what Nigeria needs. Above all, what I think Nigeria needs urgently, we need a leader that can unite the country, a leader that can believe in the unity of Nigeria, because there can be no progress in Nigeria if there is no unity. That's what it is. All the whole divisions in Nigeria, from the Biafra, Oduduwa, the Fulani, once we have a leader that believes in the unity of Nigeria, most of this problem will be solved. We were close to saying that in the person of MKO Abiola, Chief MKO Abiola, for those of you who know him, and former president of Nigeria, Olusegun Obasanjo. These two men were brilliant, they were articulated, they were kind of selfless, even in their own short sport. But the bigger picture is they were able to unite the country. They were able to unite the country, at least to some extent, compared to what we have now in Nigeria. So we need a leader that will be able to unite the people. We need a leader that will be able to assemble the best team. Former Nigerian president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, he did that in his time. He was able to assemble some of the best 11, or I call them some of the best team to rule the country. We need a leader that will appoint people by merit and not by interest, by ethnicity. We need a leader that can assemble the best of the best and give Nigeria the best of the best. That's what we need. So we cannot practice capital without capital. You cannot practice capitalism without capital. Right now in Nigeria, there's no money. So we have to improvise and see how we can do it. And how can we improvise? We have natural resources. We have population. We have a teeming youth. Create the enabling environment for people to create businesses. Just make sure that there is no insecurity in the country, because one of the biggest strengths, or one of the biggest thing any leader can do in the country is securing lives and property. That is the first thing any leader will do: securing lives and property. Where there is insecurity, it will be hard for people to thrive. It will be hard. It's just like in the family. When there is no unity, it will be hard for progress to come in. Nobody wants to invest in a country that is unstable. Nobody. You cannot see a plane that is born in fire and then you will not go there to invest in property. It's not going to work. So right now, Nigeria, I don't think we are dead to Africa any longer, because things are shaping up. Rwanda, like you guys know, is doing a good job. Paul Kagame, the current president of Rwanda, they are doing a lot. In fact, somebody was saying that last week that Rwanda now is now the best country in the continent. Look at Ghana. Look at Ghana. See what they're doing. They're now mocking Nigerians. So Many countries have left Nigeria. We are just technically so-called country. I don't want to say we are big for nothing, but then I believe that we still have the hope. There's still hope. That hope will only come in if we have leaders that will be truthful. We don't want hypocritical. We don't want leaders that are hypocritical. You know, people who say and believe what they're gonna say and they will do it. We don't want lip service. We want a leader that will say, "I will fight corruption and I will fight corruption." That's what we want. Okay, so I know I've taken some of your time, but trust me, if we can do this, I strongly believe that Nigeria we have a place to stay, and then we can receive our position in the rank of nations. So let me end this thing once more with the quote from my mentor. Let me give you a recap of that quote again. He says, "The foundation of freedom, the foundation of democracy itself is freedom." Okay? Can anyone say Nigeria enjoy freedom of thoughts, association, and religion? The answer is no. The foundation of freedom is tolerance. Is this government tolerant? The answer is no. The foundation of tolerance is compassion. Can we say that this government of the day is compassionate about the suffering of Nigerians? The answer is no. So we need a leader that can give us a future. So my great friends, I'm sorry for taking most of your time today, but I thank you guys for this time you've given to me. All right, I see so many comments on Facebook and I see some of my friends on Instagram. I thank you guys. Thank you, Lauren Wapese from Nigeria. You said, "Well done, my brother. All your points have weight and are meaningful." Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so this is the state of the nation. So I thank you guys for giving me your time. Next week, I'm going to resume our meeting in marriage, and we shall be focusing on money in marriage. So come back next week, and then I believe we shall have a good time. Thank you and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.